Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for viewing today. Welcome to my channel. I'm Ajaya. So, my channel is about four things. You may see some other things on here also, but these are the four major things about financial wealth building for Christians and also about stress, mental stress, help and relief for that, physical health, and um, also spiritual health. So today we are still on the series about the Hebrew Israelites, and so I'm going to talk about Babylon the Great. Who is Babylon the Great? How has she fallen? And has she fallen? Really? All right, then. So this is found in Revelation, the 18th chapter. You can go back also and read the 17th chapter. And I'm going to go from verses 1 through 12. And I'm going to skip about also, but you could go back to chapter 17. And on chapter 17, it's going to tell you, going to probably introduce this Babylon, even though it is also from the book of Daniel. Now, this is the Revelation, the last book in the Bible. And I'm just going to piggyback to chapter 17, verse number 4 and 5 and 6. I'm sorry. And it says, number 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hands, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead, fornication, I'm sorry, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyr and of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Okay, now in chapter 18, starting at number 1, after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through her abundance. That's number 3. Number 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, For her sins have reached, number 5, the heavens, and God has remembered her iniquities. Let's skip it to number 9. And the kings of the earth whom have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and limit for her when they see the smoke of her burning. Number 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is her judgment come. Now you can continue to read it if you like. Now, who is this great city, Babylon? Well, Babylon in that time, as you know, was this great, powerful city. And who do you know is in comparison to that? No, God deals with people that have something to do with his people. As you know, in Babylon, in the time of Daniel, was a city that you can point to today. But today is a spiritual Babylon with the same ideology that this Babylon had. They did not worship the true God in Babylon. And so, God dealt with the country, the town, the city that deals with his people. So it was in the day of Daniel, and so it is today in the end time. So this great city, Babylon, which everyone is just afraid to say, everyone is afraid to talk about, is America. America is the spiritual Babylon. America is dealing with the majority of God's people, the Hebrew Israelite. America made sure that they did, and they taught everyone else to mistreat God's people. They could not be satisfied with just working God's people, having them as servants and paying them smaller wage. They had to be cruel. They had to do things abomination. They had to erase people's identity, change people's name, kill people's children, all kind of things. And this had reached up to God. Her sins, and she has a cup, and she says, I would not be, I forget the verse, but she said, I'm not going to be a widow. Nothing going to happen to me. Nothing going to happen to me. You can see this attitude in America. And she says, I can do what I want. She's been doing this to God people pretty much what she wants to do for the last 400 or more years. And God says, Babylon has fallen. And I know so many people don't want to believe this, but this is the only place it could be. Nobody else has this ability. Of course, they could mistreat God's people. It's a minute traces of God's people in all of these countries. But America has the biggest share, and she have done basically what she will, and she have not compensated God's people or God's children. Instead, she causes others to do the same. They become partakers of her. And God got some people that he's calling out from her. You say, well, what do you mean? Some people are participating with this unknowingly. Some people are participating. Some countries, or these countries are participating with her. Like they say, all these countries of Europe is participating with her. They're the same, but they're not as powerful as America. They're not going to get the same reward as she get. They're going to get theirs, of course. But America is going to be decimated. God is waiting on his children to get themselves ready. Some of them also are participating with America. A lot of things come to mind. All of the drug industry, illegal and legal, people are participating with America to misuse God's people. All the financial industry, people are participating because it makes them richer. They don't want to pay black people. They don't want to give them a nice place to stay, and so forth as a whole. And so some of them unknowingly are participating with America because that's the way that they can become wealthy. The lure of wealth is pulling them and to do whatever she say. Do whatever she say to do to get along, to be able to sell your goods to America. So many people have came over, and I haven't talked to them, but I've heard many say that America told them, don't have nothing to do with the blacks. Why? What black people done to any of them? Black people ain't done nothing to America either. America used them to grow their wealth, to grow wealthy. But anyway, America is this great, great Babylon. And you can also continue to read it and get the characteristics of America. And just like the other chapter about the Hebrews in Deuteronomy, you can see the characteristics of America, just like you can see the characteristics of the Hebrew Israelites. And one thing you must know about God, God deals with the people that deals with his people. Now, when I say God's people, I'm not saying that God don't love anyone else. He don't want anyone else to come to him. But God has chosen people so that he can get his message to others. Or you say, well, he could have chose anyone. Well, he could only choose the people that come to him. And Abraham listened to him. Abraham listened to God. Now, God may have told other people the same thing, but some people won't listen. Like I tell a story of growing my wealth. God told me things sometimes I didn't listen. So other people probably didn't listen either. You know, God is looking for whoever would work with him and partner with him. And so Abraham listened to him, and he promised Abraham. He made a covenant with Abraham. And so I'm just saying this because I want you to understand God deal with whoever is over his people. And as I went over before in Deuteronomy, in one of the first series, you can see that the Africans that are strolled about the earth through no choice of their own, the chosen people of God, because it have the identity markers. And so it is with Babylon. It has the identity markers. And also here is a couple more identity markers. And the merchants of the earth, this is number 11 of chapter 18. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. Who buy most of the merchandise in the world? America. She has not the largest number of people, but she buy most of the merchandise and pay well for it and make people wealthy. All over the world, people become wealthy with selling their merchandise to America. And number 12, the merchandise of gold, of silver, of precious stones, and pearl, fine linen that's clothes, and purple silk, and scarlet, and all kinds of, it's a time, all kinds of seasons, all kinds of woods, and many vessels, cars, boats, whatever else. America buys it and pay handsomely for it. Other people might buy it. They might buy your cars, but you're not going to get rich from them. So, okay, so America has this characteristic. Cinnamon and ointment, frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, beasts, like animals. Look at the zoos. I mean, every zoo in every major city and small cities full of animals that they pay thousands of dollars for. hundreds of thousands of dollars for. And sheep and horses, carrots, and slaves, workers. They become rich selling people to America. People come over, somebody pay their way, everybody get the money. They get the money. The person don't get anything. They just want their right to come to America. So America buys all this stuff, and they buy souls of men. Like, what kind of stuff is that? Souls of men. Religion, Christianity, religious stuff. And the fruits that thy soul lusts after. Oh, this is number 14. So the next one about the cinnamon was 13. This is number 14. All the things which are dainty and goodly. She buys all of this. 15. The merchants of these things which were made richer by her. So I think it can't be nobody else. Like I say, hundreds of countries are in the world, but they're not going to make you rich. They're not going to make a whole world rich by buying their goods. So, again, how is she fallen? So how is America, Babylon, fallen? Now I read this verse about over the last 20 years, and I would say, Lord, she's fallen. I always thought it was America. I didn't know. But I was like, how is she fallen? She appears that she haven't. But she got so many rotten cracks. She keep propping herself up. But she have already collapsed. And if we, the children of God, the children of the Most High, the Hebrews, and we would do what we should do, and we would do the right thing, she would collapse in a minute. We, a lot of time, is the only reason she being allowed to prop herself up. She keep propping herself up with fake money. She keep propping herself up. But not to say anything bad, but her people are gonna suffer. And people say, no, that's not God. Well, he said that's who he is. That's what he said. Her people are going to suffer. You're going to see more of them homeless. Now, we're going to go homeless too, because she mistreated us. But she didn't mistreat them. She mistreated us for 400 years or more. She made sure we didn't have no wealth to pass on. And so, more of them going to go jobless. More of them going to go in sickness and disease. And all of that is because America has fallen. Babylon the great have fallen. She said when she started, I won't be no death in me. I'm not gonna be a widow. I'm not gonna lose any of my children. And she have through diseases, through all kinds of things. But I'm not to put it down. I'm just telling you how she have fallen from her beginning and her luster of her riches and wealth. And she is propping herself up every way she know how. And it's nothing else she could do. She could print money. It's just gonna dig her a deeper hole because she have not done right. She full of abomination. And most of her abomination is mistreating and misusing and not paying the reparations to the children of God, the Hebrew Israelites, which she stole from Africa. All right, again, guys, I want to thank you so much for viewing today. I want to welcome you again to the channel. If you would like, please leave a comment and ask any questions you would, or make any comments you would. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Take care.